She looked me straight in the eyes that evening, her voice quivering as she said, "If you can't forgive my one mistake, I'll walk away, and you'll carry that guilt for the rest of your life." Her words were loaded, but I didn't blink. I let out a dry, humorless chuckle and replied evenly, "Then maybe take that ultimatum to the man you betrayed me with. I'm finished." It was the first time in years I hadn't folded beneath her demands. For 6 long years, I had stood quietly behind her, supporting her career without complaint. I was the husband who packed her lunch with small handwritten notes, who rubbed her shoulders after long shifts, who made sure every Friday started with a bouquet of fresh roses. I gave her everything I had, my love, my strength, my money, and my time. Her name was Sarah. Brilliant, striking, always surrounded by admiration. And I loved her for that light, not because I wanted to steal it, but because I believed it was part of her soul. At least I thought it was. The illusion began to unravel on a still, quiet Sunday morning. She was soaking in the tub when her phone buzzed across the dining table. I glanced over. The screen lit up again and again. One message caught my eye. "Tuesday. Same time. I can still feel you on my skin. Don't make me wait forever." A cold wave swept over me. With trembling fingers, I unlocked her phone. What I found wasn't a single mistake. It was a double life. There were messages, sultry selfies, hotel receipts, bookings with James, her coworker. She hadn't just cheated on me. She had created a version of her life where I didn't exist. That night, I made her favorite meal, fettuccine alfredo, warm ciabatta, and a glass of her go-to Pinot Noir. I smiled at her stories, laughed where I should, set the table just the way she liked it. After we'd done the dishes together, I asked her to sit down. She did, still oblivious. I pulled out my tablet and opened a folder labeled Sarah's Other Life. Her face changed as she scrolled. Then, with a twisted kind of audacity, she looked at me and snapped, "You went through my phone? That's a complete invasion of privacy." No guilt. No apology. Just rage. I looked her in the eyes and said softly, "We're done." She leaned closer, her tone dark and low. "If you leave me, I swear I'll end my life. Everyone will blame you for it." And for just a moment that old feeling, guilt, responsibility, flickered. But it passed. My reply was quiet. "Tell James. I'm not your puppet anymore." And then I walked away. Her silence clung to me like ash. But that was only the beginning. 2 days later, I sat across from David Pierce, a divorce attorney known for slicing through manipulative entanglements with a scalpel. I handed him a USB filled with screenshots, hotel bills, audio recordings of her emotional manipulation, and the suicide threat. He reviewed the contents with clinical calm. Then he said, "She won't touch a dime." You see, Sarah had always believed the joint account was where all our money lived. That was only a decoy. My investments, savings, and inherited wealth were safely tucked into accounts she never knew existed. I froze her access to every card, informed the bank to flag suspicious activity. Then, I turned to James. It wasn't hard to find him. A married father of 3, proudly displaying his perfect family life online. His wife Claire, respected in the community, a key member of the local school board, was clearly in the dark. I didn't send her a venomous rant. Just a link. Time-stamped proof. Along with a message, "You deserve the truth. I wish someone had done this for me." Her reply came swiftly, "Thank you. I suspected. I just never had evidence. I'll take care of this now." I left it at that. The match had been struck. 10 months earlier, I'd installed discreet, high-end motion-activated security cameras around the house. Cloud-backed. Sarah thought erasing footage from the device was enough. She didn't realize everything was stored off-site, including the clips of her and James, laughing, kissing, even mocking me within our own home. I didn't release the footage then. Not publicly. Not yet. But I kept it. For when it would matter most. A few days after Claire outed their affair in a community forum, Sarah messaged me. "You've destroyed everything. Is this what you wanted? No sorrow. No ownership. Just blame." I didn't answer. Soon, screenshots and photos started spreading. Texts, hotel encounters, business trips. Their friends backed away. Family fell silent. She tried to rewrite the story online. posting vague reflections about betrayal and healing, but it didn't land. No one believed it. Still, I wasn't done. Sarah's hospital had strict ethical codes for staff conduct. I sent her department head a single video. Her and James in our bedroom, recorded during one of my work trips. With it, a brief note. This behavior violates your code of ethics. 3 days later, she called me unknown number. Her voice was fractured tight. I've been suspended. They're reviewing my license. Do you think this is funny? I'm in therapy now. Please just stop. If you ever cared about me. I cut her off. This is what accountability looks like, Sarah. And I hung up. Her world unraveled. Her friends vanished. No one invited her to events. At one charity gala, she was quietly asked to leave. James left too. His marriage didn't survive the fallout. But neither did their illusion of love. Sarah was left clinging to the wreckage, her job barely holding on, her name smeared in whispers. Still, she tried one last time to seize control. That's when I mailed the final blow. No return address. Just a small package. Inside were printed copies of her texts, her pending termination letter, courtesy of a discreet friend in HR. A USB drive with the footage, and a handwritten note. Sarah, you used the threat of your own life to shackle me to guilt. That's when I finally saw the truth. You never loved me. You controlled me. Lied to me. Tried to destroy me the moment I stopped kneeling. But I'm not broken. I'm rebuilding. You're just a chapter 1 finished. Goodbye. 7 months passed. I moved into a new place. Exposed brick walls, tall windows, serenity in every corner. I adopted a dog. Named her Luna. She reminded me what quiet companionship felt like. I traveled. Let myself heal. And then one night, under a clear sky, sitting on my balcony beside someone new. Someone kind, genuine, and grounded. She asked gently, "Do you ever miss her?" I smiled faintly and said, "I missed who I thought she was. But now, I'm just grateful. Because I finally understand what love isn't. The real victory wasn't in her collapse. It was in reclaiming my own life. Not as a broken man. Not as a victim. But as someone finally free.